I'm the production coordinator at the Sydney Symphony Orchestra, and it's my privilege today to show you behind the scenes of a rehearsal before our concert today. This is the room. This is called the assembly room. This is where the musicians unpack all their gear before heading up to the stage for rehearsals or concerts. So let's take a look. So my job at the SSO is to work as part of the production team to put together all the staging elements for the orchestra. So we draw up stage plans for every piece in every concert, and we use those plans to work out where all the musicians are sitting and where all the instruments are going to be placed. So let's take a look at it in person.
How many hours does it take you to work out a stage plan?
It really depends. Sometimes the more standard setups only take us about an hour or so to make up a plan, but some weeks they can be really difficult. Some weeks you can have 2 or 3 different pieces in a program that are just completely different groups of instruments, so we have to brainstorm how best to fit them on stage and then how to switch between the pieces so the audience don't see us moving chairs and stands and pushing pianos around for 15 minutes. This is our backstage area where all our percussionists unpack, and this is the way up to the stage.
How long does it take to set up the stage?
On a typical day it's between an hour and a half and 2 hours, and that includes bringing all the equipment from the SSO level up to the concert hall stage, setting all the risers, the chairs, the music stands, and the music, and then all the little things and finessing so it's ready for the musicians. This is our stage management desk and our stage manager Sarah, who is busy checking out all her different screens. She's got the stage, she's got the conductor's podium, she's got all the foyers and backstage areas, so she's the master of all things of this area. And this is the stage. Let's take a look. Pretty cool view, hey?
What's the hardest part of your job?
I mean, it's a pretty cool job, but I'd have to say the long hours can be tough sometimes. Some weeks or some days we start before 7 a.m. and don't finish until midnight, which can be pretty tough on your body. But it also can be a little tough on your social life, especially on Friday afternoons when you see people having a great happy hour at Opera Bar and you're just walking in to start your shift. That can be a little tough as well. But I think it's a pretty good payoff for working in this amazing building. It's pretty cool. So as you can see, we've got 91 musicians here for today's rehearsal. We've got our strings down the front, violas, violins, cellos and double basses, woodwinds in the centre, brass and percussion all set up the back. And you can see Terry over there tuning one of our pianos. We've actually got 2 pianos in today's program. One piano in the first half is played in the orchestra, and then in the second half for the Brahms piano concerto, there's a separate piano which is put at the front of the stage. And even though they're exactly the same piano, they're Steinways, the same size and the same model, we have to use 2 separate ones, and there's only one space for pianos backstage, so we have to play a bit of Tetris at interval, trying to fit them all in. Let's head down to the dressing room and we'll meet our concertmaster Andrew Haveron.
It's going back all the way to the wall, which is a long way. The wall of the.
What's the best part of your job?
I mean, apart from working with awesome people and in this building, I think it's being part of people's memories, as corny as that sounds. Like, you know, I get to see lots of audience members who come to the shows, and I've seen people leaving like laughing or crying or just completely awestruck. And even if they've come from across Sydney or across the world, it's really nice to feel like you've made even just a tiny little contribution to their experience, which is pretty cool. there's lots of stairs in this building, so my Fitbit gets a pretty good workout. I generally do between about 15,000 to 22,000 steps on an average day. So, still more steps. Here we come.
What's one thing most people don't know about production for an orchestra?
I think it's not just production. I think it's like back behind the scenes in general. I think people would be really surprised how many people are involved. Like Sydney Symphony has 45 admin full-time staff, and then we rely on so many people at the Opera House as well. So for every musician that you see on stage, there's at least one person, whether it's a box office person or marketing or orchestra management or helping out in the music library, behind the scenes to get that concert on stage. I can hear Andrew practicing. Let's have a look.
Hey.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hi.
All ready for today's rehearsal?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Think so?
But still practicing?
Well, you have to keep yourself in shape sometimes.
Yeah. How many hours do you practice a day?
Well, sometimes the answer is none at all.
Mm.
Sometimes I get a chance to fit some in. You have to look after your health, playing health. And we do 15 hours of rehearsal a week, something like that, plus all the concerts, which is kind of hard going, for your body and so on. But you have to go to the gym, as it were.
Yeah.
Keep yourself in shape. So I try and do an hour or two a day. But
So what does a typical day look like for you?
Well, same as everybody else's, the mad rush to get kids to school and make breakfast and get into work, and hopefully I've allowed myself enough time to warm up. Get on with all the rehearsals, meetings, talking to people, there's all the usual, other stuff that goes on. And then back home again, cook dinner, and all, normal life continues, but, do try and have some quality time to myself and this thing.
Excellent. Well, I mean, rehearsal's about to start, so should we start getting up?
Let's go. Come on.
So what are you most looking forward to for this week's concert?
Well, this week we get to play Sibelius' 7th Symphony, which doesn't come up very often.
Which is so weird. It's such a great piece.
I love all of the Sibelius symphonies, but the 7th, because it's only like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's difficult to put in a program, because usually the symphony is in the second half. It's the big work on the program, but as it's only 20 minutes long, one movement, that would be a really short
second half.
program. So we've put the Brahms piano concerto in the second half, which is a huge symphony of a piece. So we've switched it around, which means we get to play this beautiful piece, which the Sibelius. I can't wait. It's so moving. It's such a special thing.
Yeah. And having our soloist back as well, Barry Douglas.
Barry Douglas, I can't wait. He's amazing, and he's been around a while. He's
such a nice guy.
Yeah, and to play an epic piece like the Brahms Second Piano Concerto, that's fabulous. This is the Red Room. Welcome. This is where the players hang out. We call it the Red Room because it used to have a red carpet, but it's got a brown carpet now. But we still call it the Red Room. And let's go and see what we can hear back there. This is Case. Case Bursmore, one of our principal bass players. Good morning, Case. How are you doing?
Andrew?
Do you sleep down here as well? Is this your house? I think some of the bass players are still sleeping inside these boxes. Are they? Is this your section in here?
This is where we spend a lot of our lives, actually.
Yeah.
And we have all of our goods and chattels in here. Yeah.
You smuggle stuff in here.
We keep our instruments there, our tails, everything that we hold dear to us, that we need for rehearsals like this. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well,
Like Brahms.
I was just having a little bit of a look at the start of the Brahms Piano Concerto No. 2, playing today. Brahms' father was a bass player, so we love Brahms.
Yeah.
And he writes beautiful bass lines. And the opening of this concerto has so much drama and lyricism, so it's just beautiful to play. So,
yeah. You guys are sounding great, and you get such that fabulous low,
Yeah, that's great.
the low notes that you make your stomach rumble on stage. It's great.
Yeah, it's great fun.
Go on, give us
All
something.
right, okay, so I'll play a little bit of it, right?
I wish I could play a note that low on this, Liz. Sounds fab. We're going to
Thank
go
you.
up to
See
the
you
hall.
soon.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Come this way. Who else is here? Morning, Matthew. People getting ready. Up the stairs. See the red stairs.
Yes.
Up the red carpet. This is where the nerves start to kick in when it's concert time. You know, you're coming up these stairs. The stage is just around the corner. The roar of the crowd. Morning, Louise. Beautiful harp.
Morning, Andrew.
Keep up, you'll get lost. It's a real labyrinth back here. Right, we're going this way. This is the prompt corner. Really important stuff goes on here, letting us know when to go on stage and what's going on and when the audience is ready. And I'm going to go on stage now.